Welcome to the Eames University. Today we will be going through the motive power corrective work order on the mobile iPad.
Welcome, everybody, to another session. Today, we're going to be talking about corrective work orders and how to complete them via the mobile device. So once you have the application open, go ahead and log in. All right, and it's going to log us in. Now, in the top left-hand corner, you'll notice three lines. You want to go ahead and tap those three lines in order to expose our main menu on the left-hand side. And you can there see our options: work order equipment, work requests, and settings. Now remember, you want to, at the beginning of every shift or as soon as you log in your iPad, you always want to sync your data right there in the bottom left-hand corner. Go ahead and tap on sync data. And what it's doing is it's uploading any changes that we've made on the iPad and downloading any updates that have been made on the desktop computer, thus keeping both applications in sync and making sure we have the latest information on both ends. And this is also a recommended step to perform at the beginning and at the end before you sign out of the iPad. All right, so let's go ahead and select our work order main menu option, as you can see highlighted in blue. All right, that's going to give us a list of work orders. Now, a couple of things I want to point out here is, one, the work orders that are displayed on this work order list are the work orders that are assigned to whoever is signed in to the mobile application. So all of these work orders that are listed here are actually assigned to me. You will not see anybody else's work order, only the work orders assigned to the individual who is logged in to the mobile application. All right, so let's talk about this highlighted record in blue. What you'll see in the top left-hand corner is the work order number, 591315. To the right of that, you got the description of the work order. This is an MP for motive power, follow-up, outer mission for the outer mission substation, weekly tests and readings from PM 103. So a follow-up work order that was generated from a PM 103 inspection. Below that description, you'll notice that it has an equipment code, MP-OM-light-interior. And below that is the description of that code, MP outer mission, interior lighting. So we know that this particular corrective work order is against the interior lighting of the outer mission substation. Below that, you'll notice that it says scheduled, which is the current status of this work order. It's currently in a scheduled status, which means it has yet to be worked on. And then below that, you'll notice that there's a red color indicating that this is an emergency work order, which means it needs to be done sooner than later. And then you'll also notice on the right-hand side, right above the date, December 22nd, 2020, it actually says corrective, indicating the type of work order that this is. All right, let's go ahead and tap on that record and to open it up, and it's going to bring us to our work order. So you notice at the top some of the same information that we reviewed. It has the work order number 591315 along with the description: MP follow-up, outer mission, weekly tests and readings, PM 103. Okay, now on this what we got below is a few different cards. You'll notice in the top left-hand corner that it has the title of each of the cards. The first one being work order, the middle one being work order detailed. We then have comments, documents, activities, work order equipment, and structure. We're going to go ahead and slide back over to the first card. And what we want to do is go ahead and select edit work order at the bottom in green. What that's going to do is flip the card around. And then we're going to select status, as you can see, highlighted in gray. It's currently in scheduled status. Once we tap on that, it's going to pop up a little window at the bottom. And what we want to do is move it from scheduled to work in progress. Once you've done that, go ahead and select done on the top right of that pop-up. And you'll notice that status is now changed to work in progress in gray. All right, once you completed that, go ahead and hit save at the bottom in blue. And it's going to save the updates that we made. And you'll notice at the top of the work order card in blue, it now says work in progress. All right. So the next step is we're going to go ahead and slide over to the right to the activities card. And you'll notice a couple things. One, that in the gray section, you'll notice that the 3 lines are red. And next to completed, you'll notice that it says no, indicating that this activity has not been completed. So let's go ahead and tap on that activity, and you are in that gray area. And it's going to take us to that activity. Now, one of the first things that you want to take a look at is on this first card called activity. You'll notice that there's a note section, and this one currently says PRT1, PRTY1, indicating that this is a priority 1. Overhead lights are not working. Need to check the light bulbs. This is the northwest light bulb. Bring extra bulbs. All right, so this is the information that was passed along to us from the PM inspection when this defect was discovered. All right, now what we could do is there's an optional step here for labor. Right there at the stopwatch in the top right-hand corner of this activity card, there's a start button. We can go ahead and tap on that start button. And what it's going to do is it's actually going to start keeping track of the time that we spent on this corrective work order. All right. So at this point, what you're going to want to do is actually just go out and fix the issue. You're going to head to the northwest light bulb. You're going to go and check and see what's going on with it. You're going to remedy the issue. And once you're done with that, you can come slide over to the comments card on the far right-hand side. And at the bottom of that, you'll notice that it says add comment. So if you tap on that, it'll actually bring up a comments pop-up window. And then just go ahead and tap in the white area, and you can enter a comment for maybe the action that you performed or any information that you'd like to pass along. In this case, we'll say something like northwest light bulb was broken. It was replaced, and extra light bulbs have been stored in the substation. All right. Once you're done with that, you can go ahead and just tap save at the bottom on whatever comment that you've entered. And you'll notice that a comment has now been displayed with a time and date stamp in blue right below it. All right. Now, once you're done working on your issue, you can go ahead and hit the stop button on the stopwatch. And you'll notice once we hit the stop button, what it's going to do is it's automatically going to pop open the book labor card, right? And now all we have to do is click save. If you need to adjust something, you can do so by tapping on any of the fields, right? If you need to adjust your start time, your end time, or your hours, you can do so by tapping on the field. But in this case, we'll say everything is fine, and we just got to hit save. And you notice that the stopwatch stops, and our hours have now been booked for the individual logged in, and this being MP20, which is myself. Now, if I wanted to add some labor, I could do so at the bottom of the book labor card by selecting the add labor button in green. That will then turn the card around. And now in this case, we want to select an employee that also helped on this corrective work order. And we can do so by tapping on the employee field in gray, which will bring up a list of the Motive Power employees, and we can select somebody that helped us out. So in this case, I could say, Justin White helped me out. And now you notice that in the employee field, Jay White is now populated. The department auto-populates as well as his trade. Now, all I got to do is come down to the hours section and tap on that and enter the amount of time that Justin spent with me. In this case, we'll just say he did a minute as well. Obviously in real life, it'll be an hour plus maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, but in this case, we'll match up the two labor records. Once I've adjusted the labor at the bottom, minutes and hours, I can select done on the right-hand side. And you'll notice that a minute has been entered on the hours section. Now we just got to click save at the bottom in blue. And now you'll notice that there are two labor records now booked for the same amount of time. Okay. Next, we want to come back to our activity card. And at the bottom, you want to select edit activity again in green. And it's going to flip the card around. And what we want to do is we want to select completed. And you'll notice that on the right-hand side of completed, there's a button. And what you want to do is just slide that button to the right. And it'll then turn green, indicating that we have completed this activity. Next, you want to come down to the defect code section highlighted in gray and tap on that. And what it's going to do is it's going to give you a list of defect codes. But as you can see, all of these defect codes currently listed start with bus, BUS dash some type of code. What we want is all the MP codes, right, for motive power. So what you want to do is tap in the search bar and enter MP dash and then hit enter. And now you'll notice that we get a list of MP defect codes, all these motive power defect codes. All right. So we can go ahead and select a defect code from this list. In this case, I'll go ahead and select MP lighting issue since it had to do with the light. Once you select that, you'll notice that it populates in the defect code field. All right. And next, we want to tap on repair code. What repair code is going to do is it's going to give us the same list of bus repair codes this time. But we want to go ahead and hit that search bar and type in MP dash. And now we've got a list of motive power repair codes. So you basically want to just select a code for the repair or whatever action that you perform to complete the repair. So in this case, we can say something like removed and replaced, right? We said the light was broken and we replaced it with a new light bulb. So we'll tap on that, and now you'll notice that the repair code has also been populated. Now, all we got to do is just click save at the bottom in blue, and it will flip the card around and save all the changes that we made. Next, what we want to do is navigate away back to the work order level. So in the top left-hand corner, you're going to hit that back arrow, and it's going to take us back to the work order level. Now, remember, I pointed out on the activity card earlier that the three lines were red and completed said no. And now that you notice, since we slid the completed button in the previous section, we now have three green lines and completed now says yes. All right, finally, you want to slide back to the left to your work order card. And we want to change the status. So at the bottom of the far left card, work order, it says edit work order at the bottom in green. Go ahead and tap on that. Going to flip the card around. And now we want to, again, change our status by tapping status. At the bottom, a pop-up window appears, and you want to move it from work in progress to field complete. Once you've done that, go ahead and tap on done in the top right. And as you notice, status now says field complete. Go ahead and click on save at the bottom in blue. And now you'll notice at the top of the work order card in blue, it now says field complete. Now, finally, what you want to do is tap the back arrow again in the top left-hand corner, which will take us back to our list of work orders. And remember to expose our main menu. You want to hit the three lines in the top left-hand corner. And there's our main menu. And the last step is coming down in the bottom left-hand corner and selecting sync data. And again, what's happening is it's updating the desktop version with all of the updates that we have just made on the iPad. And it's downloading any changes or any new work orders that somebody may have performed on the desktop down to our iPad, thus keeping both applications in sync. Now, once that is completed, you can go ahead and sign out, or you can move on to the next work order in your list. All right, thank you very much. That is all. We look forward to seeing you on the next session.